and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. Today I'll be unboxing and flipping through the Light Seers Pocket Tarot by Chris Ann and the Spirit Animal Pocket Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid and illustrated by Jena DellaGrottaglia, both of which are published by Hay House, both of which Hay House sent me for the purposes of review. So I'm super excited because these are probably the most popular decks for all the decks that they have, in my opinion. So the fact that they came out with these two first in Pocket Edition was probably a good choice, in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to do a side-by-side comparison with the full side for each. Timestamps below in the description box if you are looking to see one over the other. If not, then we're going to start with the Light Seers and then move into the Spirit Animal. So let's get started. So let's start with the Light Seers Tarot. So in terms of box comparison, you can see that the original edition, full-size edition, comes in a 2-piece hard box, whereas the mini, the Pocket Edition, comes in a tin. Now, the information on the back is, of course, not the same. They took information from here and made it a little more short to the point, in my opinion, because that's what's obviously best. Now, the barcode for the pocket will be on the shrink wrap, so the plastic will have actually a sticker on it that has the barcode like this. So there's no QR code anywhere on the packaging, just to let you know. That's how you know that it's legitimate. It was shrink wrapped when it came. The Pocket Edition does retail for $17.99 in the US, $23.99 in Canada, compared to the Light Seers. Now, I don't know if this is actually still the pricing because this edition is from 2019, so I'm not 100% sure, but $24.99 in the US, $33.99 in Canada. Inside, we have the following information in the box, whereas in the Pocket Edition, there's nothing. You just see the tin. Okay, let's move into the guidebooks. So you do get a guidebook with the Pocket Edition. It's just a really small version of the big version. I'm pretty sure there's no differences, but we're going to take a look here. So it seems like we have the same information on the back for both, just in a smaller format, smaller font, which is great. They did obviously change Light Seers to Pocket Tarot, where this one just says Tarot. Now, looking at the original guidebook, we have table of contents, which we still have. We have the Dearest Light Seer. They removed this from this entry. We still have the information that's here. Major and minor arcana. Note on upright and cards and reversals. We still even have the little photo. We still have the connecting with your cards. Readings and spreads. They of course kept the spreads that we see here, but this one doesn't have a full dedicated page. It's actually underneath the rest of the previous page. These two have their own dedicated pages, and so does this one. So the difference is that there's no more picture. But it seems like we still have the same information. We have the light seer, the shadow seer. Yeah, it looks like we have the same information. We still also have the affirmation as well. Okay, let's look at a minor arcana. 6 of Wands. Again, it looks the same, except that there's no photo. So the guidebook hasn't changed. It's just a smaller version of the big book. Next, we're going to get into the cards. So in terms of cardstock and card size, the Light Seers is actually the same size as the Wild Unknown Pocket Edition, give or take a little slimmer of card. In terms of quality, it kind of feels the same as the Wild Unknown, except the Wild Unknown is a little bit thinner than the... Yeah, it's a little bit thinner compared to the Light Seers. So the Light Seers is a little bit more thicker than the Light Seers, but in terms of feeling, they kind of feel the same, in my opinion. Now, in terms of size comparison to the original, this is the size comparison. In my opinion, it's a big difference, but I really like that this is smaller. So let's do a side-by-side flip through. So, no differences that I could tell. I actually really like it. Just gonna shuffle my full size. Okay, let's shuffle the little pocket edition. It shuffles really nice. It shuffles the same way as the Wild Unknown, in my opinion. Now, again, I don't riffle shuffle, though why would you want to riffle shuffle a pocket deck? That's a little weird, in my opinion. It would probably be very hard to shuffle a pocket deck because it's already really small. But hey, if you do riffle shuffle, let me know how it gets on in the comments below. Let me know if the cards can go everywhere. Because that's what I think when people riffle shuffle like small little pocket decks like that. I feel like it's just going to fly everywhere because it's so small. But yeah, it shuffles really nice overhand. Like, I have no issues whatsoever. I really like this. So that was the Light Seers Pocket Edition. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this particular deck. There's no differences whatsoever between the guidebooks or the cards themselves. And I'm really excited to use the Pocket Edition in my practice, especially for travel. Oh my god, I've been wanting to have this specifically for travel purposes for a very long time, and the Pocket Edition is just way more convenient. So now let's move on to the Spirit Animal Oracle. So now we're going to get into the Spirit Animal Pocket Oracle. This is by Colette Baron-Reid and illustrated by Jena DellaGrottaglia. They are 68 cards, a deck and guidebook, obviously, which is great. I do have the full-size edition already. I had it for a very long time. I absolutely love this deck, so I'm excited to have it as a pocket edition. Like, I'm so excited. So, as you can see, this is the full-size box. Now, the full-size box comes in a magnetic enclosure that pulls out like this. And this is the tin. So, in the back here, let's see if we have the same information. Not entirely. So it does say that this is the new pocket-sized edition of her best-selling deck, and just takes a few, a little bit of the information from here, and then, you know, 68 mini cards and things like that. So the backs are going to be different. Now, the barcode on the Pocket Edition was on the shrink wrap. So there is a barcode. It's on the plastic that comes around the deck itself. I did remove that. The deck, the Pocket Edition, retails for $17.99 in the US, $23.99 in Canada, whereas the full-size edition, now I don't know if this is still the pricing, because this deck, this version of the deck is from 2018, so I'm not sure if this is still the price. So on this particular barcode, we have retailing for $29.99 in the US and $39.99 in Canada. I would assume that this is still relevant, actually, because $39.99 in Canada, that seems still relevant, in my opinion. So, yes, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Now, there was a paper around the cards. I took it off like I always do. Sorry, I hit my camera. I did put the deck back in order. So, as you can see, the full size has a message here with a ribbon. And the Pocket Edition just has nothing inside, just you see the tin. Okay, so let's take a look at the guidebooks. So the mini does come with a guidebook. It's about a similar size, just smaller to the big one, which I really like, actually. It's cute. Okay, so we still have the same information in the beginning, where it gives you her card decks and whatnot. We have the table of contents. So no more skipping pages is really going to be the thing about the Pocket Edition. The blank pages, they're not going to really see them in this particular book. So we have all the information. Oh, there is a blank page right here. Then we have Welcome Seeker. I think we have the same information. Then we have the introduction. Okay, so how Oracle cards work. How Oracle cards work. We have why this deck. Seems like we still have Okay, and then about spirit animals and their meanings. Okay. Then we go into how to work with a spirit animal pocket oracle. So they did add pocket, where here they did not. We have some card spreads. So 1 card, 2 card, 3 card. 2 different 3 cards, version 1, version 2. Then we have the 7 card new moon reading. That's still in here. Message from you from the cards. Still have that. Okay, we still have all of that. So they still included the examples. And then we go into the cards. So the difference here in the pocket edition is that you're not going to have the image. So it goes right into the information. We have Ant Spirit, we have the key phrase that's on the card, and then the oracle message. We have the protection message, which is the reversed. And then that's it. It goes into the next one. Okay, let's look at 11. Let's see. Oh, that's 22. Actually, let's look at 22. See, oracle message. Trying to see. Let me just look here. I just want to see. The realm of spirit. Let's see. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so I was looking at Dragonfly, and this whole paragraph here where it says love exists in many forms, pay attention to the signs. This whole paragraph is not in here. So we have the oracle message that goes up to always communicate with you. Then we have this part here, alighting until you have the crave at the end, which says right here. But this whole paragraph is not in there. So they did take out some of the messages, I guess some of the messages that maybe were redundant. The protection message is the exact same. Nothing's missing there. So you might notice that some paragraphs might be missing from the bigger book. I think it was just probably to be more concise and not repeat the same message over and over again. And I feel like the pay attention part, like we have that in the beginning where it's asking you to pay attention. See, pay attention to the truth beyond the illusion and recognize the insights that come seemingly out of nowhere. Like I feel like maybe this was redundant, so they took it out and just left what the actual message was. So you might notice that between these two particular books. So these are the backs. The colors feel a little bit different compared to the full size, in my opinion. Now, in terms of size, I think that they're the same size. Yes, they are. They're the same size as the Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle. So if you have this deck, they're the same exact size as this. Though the cardstock feels different compared to this. This feels a little bit more cardboardy. This feels less cardboardy, in my opinion. The comparison between the two. Now, in regards to the size difference between these two, you can see that it's very great. Look at that size difference. It's huge. And if you wanted to know the size difference between an RWS standard deck, this is the size difference. Definitely shorter than our standard RWS, but not as short in terms of width. So there's only a little bit of size difference in regards to the width. Still a great size in my opinion though. And if you wanted to know size difference between Wild Unknown, same exact height, a little bit wider than the Wild Unknown Pocket Edition. So let's get into the flip through to see if there's any differences between the cards and imagery. So those were the cards. I'm going to give this a shuffle. This is Hay House's older cardstock, so sometimes they still clump. But they're not as bad anymore, actually, because I've used this deck quite a lot. But oh god, I remember in the beginning, it used to clump like no tomorrow. Give this a shuffle. Okay. Now, in terms of the shuffling capabilities of this small deck, it shuffles absolutely amazing. And I'm already losing cards. Yeah, I really like the shuffling capability of this one. Very good. Very nice. So I would say, aside from the small little changes between the guidebooks, there isn't really that much difference between the images and the cards themselves, in terms of what's on the card. They're the exact same. Image and what's on the card is the exact same. Now, I would say, in regards to the guidebook, my opinion is this. If you're someone who uses this deck a lot, and you use specifically the key phrase on the deck and don't really dive much into the guidebook, I don't think you'll notice much of a difference if a paragraph here and there is gone. That's just my opinion on it, to be honest with you. Because honestly, if it was me and I wasn't actually looking for it, I wouldn't have noticed that something was missing, in my opinion. Now, if you're someone who is new to this deck and you get the pocket, then you'll never know that something is missing. Unless you watch this video, of course. Then you'll know that occasionally a paragraph here or there will be missing. And to me, specifically, who has both of these and uses this deck, it's not really that big of a deal that a paragraph here and there is missing. As long as they kept the main information the same, that to me is what matters. If they're just taking out redundant information that's literally written in a paragraph above, that's literally the same thing but just written in a different way in another paragraph, so they remove the other paragraph, that's fine with me, honestly. Totally cool, totally fine. So I'm excited to use this. I love that they came out with the pocket editions. Honestly, really big thing on their part to get into the pocket game. I think it was a good decision for them to start bringing out some of their decks, their older decks, in pocket form. I feel like a lot of people, especially people with small hands, will definitely gravitate towards these a lot more. And if you're someone who really loves a deck in the full size, then you might really want to pick up the pocket, especially if you're someone who travels, and this can be a little bit of a lug around to travel with, in my opinion. So this is a great option if you're going to be traveling and wanting to take a deck with you places. So yes, let me know in the comments below for this particular deck what you thought, and if you like the difference in size and whatnot for this particular oracle. So those were the Light Seers Pocket Tarot and the Spirit Animal Pocket Oracle, both of which are from Hay House. Super excited about these, and I'm excited for the other pocket decks that they have coming for the rest of the year and to see what they bring out in the future in pocket format. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these particular pocket decks. Is this something you'd pick up, something you wouldn't pick up? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it's greatly appreciated and helps me in the long run. Thanks so much, and I hope that you have a great day.